Well, I'm keeping an eye on everything that's shining bright, and metals is something we've spoken about, but gold and silver continue to trade in the positive as well. So you have a 7-week highs on gold, a 4-week highs on silver as well. And the past 1 week, 1 month have been quite positive when you look at the price movements here. Well, even as the economic data has been on the stronger side, on charts, gold and silver have continued to see some buying here. We have seen the US dollar decline, the US Treasury yields have come off their highs as well. That has been supportive. And the rising COVID cases also have led to some support. When you look at the regional equity markets, those have continued to decline. So gold seems to be getting some support from there as well. Peter McGuire from Exim Australia now joins us on the show to talk further on that. Peter, hi. Gold first, and nearly $100 of a jump in last 15-20 days itself. How is it looking on charts? Are you a buyer at these levels? What kind of returns are you anticipating?
Well, good afternoon, Manisha. I think, yes, I'm a buyer. It's been an outstanding month. April has been just absolutely electric for the gold market. We've, as you said, nearly put $100 on. It's one-way traffic. The whole, I think, mood at the moment is very, very bullish. And we've seen that, well, sell-off and softness as far as US dollar. From that 93.2, 93.3 at the start of the month, we're now at 91.5, and I think there's further softness there. So inflation, have a look at bond yields, and I think that there's a little bit further upside. 1,800 is very achievable for gold over the next matter of 3 or 4 trading sessions.
Are you looking at levels of 1,800 breaching soon? I mean, that's just inches away now.
Well, it's $20 away. It's we only hit that 1780 over Friday. It was moved up, and I think it'll continue the first couple of days this week. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit more upside. Where it goes from there, gee, that's a tough one. I'm conscious as far as that inflation story, Manisha. Everyone says it's up 1 or 2%, and it's in that bandwidth. Everyone I talk to on Main Street saying inflation's about 10%. So that's all, from every concern as far as base metals, foods, you name it. That's certainly the storyline in Australia, and fuel prices. So consumers are being crimped, and I think that that's a storyline that's going to push gold higher. And 2021 is going to be a good year for precious.
Peter, also, it has to do with the physical buying as well. There are reports on how $7 to $9 of a premium is what gold is finding in China, and China seems to be opening imports now. All of last year, every month, we saw perhaps an average 10 tons of an import in China. Now, 150 tons of an expectation in the next 3 months. What would that do to gold?
Well, I think, look, Manisha, there's no doubt that I still believe that there's further upside, because 2020 really can't be a year that we look at with any sort of sensibility. It was it's a once-in-a-century sort of year. Now, moving forward, yes, there's going to be far more supply and there's going to be a demand picture out there, but I think that the lay of the land is very much inflation, currencies, and what happens as far as the big picture. And I feel as though that there's more demand out there, not only from jewellery and not only from retail buyers, but the actual physical demand, I think, is going to be a lot stronger over the next matter of months due to uncertainty with US dollar and the geopolitical and what's happening really across the world.
Peter, a lot of conversation on the street also are that with the kind of profit-taking that we've seen in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in last couple of sessions also seem to be steaming this rally. How much would you, put your buck on that?
Well, Manisha, you strip 13 or 14% out, and that's what happened over the last couple of days for Bitcoin. So are all this crypto is going to be hit hard over the next, this coming 3 or 4 days? There's a possibility there. And that really creates, I think, another alternative, being gold. And that's always a good news story for it. So US dollar off, the crypto is, hey, we're at record high. So it's exhausted to the upside and there's some profit taking. It's not unusual. But I think that, the gold story, there is a degree of uncertainty. And I feel as though that really will push things higher over this northern hemisphere summer. You've got to put also into the picture, and it's an old story, Manisha, but it's the constant story is the COVID and the vaccination and all of that, which creates a high degree of uncertainty.